in a garden somewhere have spoken with very low voices and so on, and she has whispered and many interesting things, not mysteries, but interesting things. And afterwards, oh no, I could not say that. Fantastic. It was a great shock for me.
I will try.
For me.
I will try that in whenever you want to do this, I will try not to cry. Let's say that I will try that what I said, I said.
Yes, yes, of course. For me too. If I say it, I have said it, and that's stop. I have thought
and
what I say.
If I don't want to say, I will prefer be silent.
Of course.
But you are doing an interview with all members of the jury? With
yes,
everybody?
I would like to make it. Yes. I don't think that the talks will be of equal length, so to say, but maybe some people will speak rather shortly, and you will speak, I hope, rather for a long time, no?
I think that besides Maghvala Kasharsvili,
yeah.
I think that perhaps mine is the longest story.
Maghvala is also a long story.
A long story.
Please, you will take. I've written a book about Maghvala. So will we, in the end of this story?
But I didn't know Maghvala at all till I came for the first time here to the competition.
I see.
Because I came just once to Russia many years ago, and I visit Moscow and St. Petersburg. Then I never came again. They invited me twice.
And when it was for the first time? 70s? You can combine it with something.
No, in the 60s.
60s even?
Yes.
I see.
No.
You were a young man?
No, you're right. It was in the 70s.
I see.
It was in the 70s because I already knew her.
I see.
Because really, I met her for the first time in 1970.
Where?
Barcelona.
That will be our talk. А граждане, мы хотели бы начать разговор. Да, потому что потом уже будет подпирать.
В принципе, вы можете общаться. Спасибо большое.
So my first question, when
I think
was,
that,
yeah. That was for the first time that you met Elena Obraztsova.
In 1967, this was the first time I started organizing the Vinyas International Singing Competition in Barcelona.
I see.
My mother took the financial responsibility, and although I was very, very young, I started doing this.
I see.
Then, in 1970, I read somewhere that it was a singer called Elena Obraztsova, named Elena Obraztsova, who had won the Glinka competition here in Russia. And I decided to write to her and to invite her to participate in the competition in Barcelona.
Personally?
Personally, but not exactly personally, because at the time in Russia it was this kind of official,
of course,
ministry or whatever. No, it wasn't a ministry. This kind called Goskoncert.
Goskoncert, yes.
And then I wrote to Goskoncert, sending the letter to Goskoncert. And I think that as well I did with a tenor, a Georgian tenor called Zurab Sotkilava.
Sotkilava, yes.
I think he was Georgian.
Yes.
And I sang, so I thought that it would never happen because I didn't know anybody there and so on. But it happened.
Mm-hmm.
Then I learned the whole story here, what happened, that she insisted, but specifically to go to Barcelona. And she was, but really determined to go to Barcelona. And here there were, I don't know if here they wanted really that she would go, but she insisted so much that she succeeded. And this was the first time that Russian singers appeared at the competition in Barcelona, and of course she won. Sotkilava as well.
Yes.
And they were too good.
Yes. Too good? What is it? Too
good means that they were so good that they were too good in comparison to the others.
I see.
What I mean too good is that the others were not so good.
Yes.
They were exceptional.
Yes.
And for her, according to what she has always said everywhere, this was the real start of the international career.
Yes.
And she has repeated this everywhere. 2 years
and
ago,
who was in the jury that time?
This I can't remember. No, sorry.
No.
This I could tell to you, but it had been so many people coming to Barcelona to the jury, but this time...
But the managers too, yes? The people from the opera houses from everywhere.
Well,
yes.
The Viñas competition has been always related to the Liceo of Barcelona. So it's really the competition of the opera house in Barcelona.
I see.
So at the time, in the moment she won, they offered her to make a debut at the opera immediately, and this happened with Samson and Delilah. And this was the first opera she sang there. And from this, she started singing everywhere. This is what she always said. For me, she didn't need the Viñas competition to succeed because she was exceptional.
Yes.
But she insisted that it was a period that the Viñas opened to her the doors.
Yes.
Perhaps for me was difficult to understand because I was out.
Of course,
of
and you
Russia.
were not in the USSR.
Exactly.
Exactly, in the USSR, and she was not the member of the Communist Party.
I guess
and
here
therefore it was in
and for
principle
her,
impossible.
she said that one thing came after the other, because the Lithuania engaged her, then came Marseille, then came... Although she had already appeared with the Bolshoi in the tours of the Bolshoi, but she always said that it was not enough.
Yes.
And this was when she became an international star.
Yes.
Well, this is when I met her for the first time.
I see. And what were your impressions during the competition about her? Why was she exceptional?
Look, at the time, it was somebody in the jury. No. It was somebody in the jury who was a Greek person who was a conductor called Antiochos Evangelatos. Mm-hmm. This person, who had been the director of the conservatory in Athens, he told to me the first time he heard Maria Callas was in his house, because Maria Callas was a young girl. Maria Callas, I am speaking Maria Callas in Greece, before going to America and all that.
Yes, there are some books now about singing in Greece.
And Maria Callas went to Mr. Evangelatos' house, and she was at the piano with some pianists. She was just vocalizing, and Mr. Evangelatos said that it was very dangerous for the lamps and the mirrors and the glasses, and because of the sound. When he heard Obraztsova, he said this is something similar to what I experienced with Callas in my house many years ago.
I see. The strength of the voice.
Exactly, and also because of the personality. At the time, Obraztsova sang in Barcelona things as arias of Bach.
Yes.
And she sang also a lied of Beethoven.
Yes.
These kind of things. She was just amazing. I mean, impossible to be compared.
And she has taken some lessons of Spanish songs that time during this competition, or after that she recited something about it.
Well, I don't know if it was this year, but then I started a close relationship with Barcelona. This started like this. I mean, it was a really friendship with my family. And I remember when she sang in Barcelona in a period in which it was Christmas at the very beginning, and she spent Christmas time with my family for Christmas lunch.
I see.
And all that. Then it was ladies in Barcelona who had been living in Russia during the Spanish War.
I see.
They were the children sent by the Republicans in order to avoid a civil war.
Yes.
The children, then many of them, they came back to Spain.
Yes.
And when it was announced that the Russians were coming to Barcelona to the competition, I got a call from one of these ladies saying, look, I owe so much to the Soviet Union that I must collaborate. If you need something in order to translate or to help, so I am ready to do it.
I see.
And she,
Spanish-Russian. Yes.
Spanish-Russian, yes. And this lady, another one died already, the first one died, but the second one is still alive, and she has always been in touch with all Russian singers coming to Barcelona in the competition and so, because after Elena Obraztsova and Sotki Lava, many others won. And look, just this year, in January 2015, a Russian singer has won one of the awards, right?
Yes, yes, I know that.
Yes.
Yes. And did Obraztsova speak French that time?
Yes. Really, I was always speaking with French with Obraztsova, but then I don't know how it happened that we changed to Italian, but it was years later.
I see.
And what are you asking about? Sorry, about the Spanish?
Yes.
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 This was because I don't know when exactly somebody related to the Viñas competition was a very well-known Spanish singer called Conchita Badia.
Voila.
Conchita Badia was the teacher in terms of lead and song of Montserrat Caballé. And Badia Obraztsova met Badia, and immediately Elena had a real attraction for her because she understood that this woman had met personally and worked with Falla and Granados.
I see.
And Granados had devoted to her some songs, and Falla had worked with her and accompanied her at the piano. So many years later, you will remember that last year, Elena decided to devote the competition to Spanish music.
Yes.
And she had been singing Spanish music during her whole career.
I see, yes.
Well, according to people who have been related to her, the country where she performed the most was Spain, in terms of the whole thing.
Yes?
Yes, apparently a number of yes, including
performances and concerts.
Yes.
I see. Oh.
Yes. Yeah, I didn't know, but last year somebody was speaking to her, and he said, have you realized that the country you have, well, besides Russia, of course, where you have sung the most is Spain? She said, yes, I know this.
I see. Did she not speak any Spanish?
No.
No, never.
Well, she was very intelligent. She could understand everything.
But it was, I think, for her, it was very important to sing this Spanish song.
Very much. And then, look, let's face the thing that in some way the Russian music has something to do with the Spanish music.
Yes.
The blood, we are,
in
some way, the language are completely different.
Yes,
but
of course.
Something similar.
Something in temperament and so on. Yes.
Exactly. I remember.
heart.
Yeah, I remember something very interesting that many years ago it happened. That it was a concert in Barcelona with the Orchestra of Barcelona, and at the time the conductor was a Russian one called Aranovich.
Yes.
And Aranovich was conducting in the program the second concert of Rachmaninoff.
Yes.
And the one who was playing was the famous Spanish pianist Alicia de la Rocha.
Yes.
And Elena Bratsova was in the concert. And after that, Aranovich told to de la Rocha, Madame de la Rocha, believe me, that you play this as any of the best Russian pianists. You know exactly what you do with this. And it's true, she played a lot, but somebody who was the greatest interpreter of Albéniz, you could understand why she was able to play the second and the third concert as she did.
Yes, I understand. And what was the best role sung in Spain by Elena?
Oh well.
The best concert?
I think that the performances of Carmen and Delilah, they were unforgettable. I mean, these were the things she sang also Eboli, and she sang many other things, but I think that specifically Carmen and Delilah in concert is a different thing, because she sang so many things. And, then she was so loyal that she came to Barcelona through the years to open the Viñas competition in a concert at the town council of Barcelona.
I see.
And she did, as 3 times she did this.
Yes. And when have you seen her for the last time?
The last time, I believe, it was 2 years ago in a competition in Austria, where we were sitting together at the jury.
I see.
And this was the last time, yes. Because last time, when I came here, was the second year I was coming. This is the third time they have had the kindness to invite me. And the second time she could not come. She was already in Moscow and she didn't come.
I see.
But I spoke to her just after the competition, but this was the last time.
It was a nice contact that time, your last meeting. It was.
Yes, well.
And how, and as a member of jury, how was she? Was it?
She was very easy. Easy in the terms of helping people.
I see.
But she was very determined. Nobody could impose to her something she would not believe. She had strong ideas, and what she felt, she felt.
And she was very deep,
very
always
deep,
in her
very
thinking
deep
and
and direct.
her understanding.
And direct. So she knew what she wanted. And here, of course, I experienced her only once as president of the jury here, because last year she didn't come. And she was very good.
Very good,
very
is it?
Good.
I see.
She was very good.
Not very hard, as a...
Hard means, you must have an authority. Because you don't have, in a jury there is not an authority of somebody, or somebody who guides you, you know. Everybody has a personal mind and a personal opinion.
Of course.
And you must put all together, even if you feel or think in a different way, but somebody must say, till here or till there.
In singing, it is very difficult to have your opinion, since in principle in the singing there are very regular principles, and so about the singing you can say some quite accurate things, but in the artistic nature, it is everything open.
Absolutely, but this happens also with painting, and it happens with architecture, with everything. If you and me and the person here in this room, we go to a concert, I mean, you could have 4 different opinions.
Of course.
And of course, there are people who really touch you and people who they don't touch you. And there are people who have a very big personality as she had.
Yes.
She had a personality. I mean, what is no doubt about her that you could, it's very normal, you could like, you could not like. Not everybody liked Callas, not everybody likes all the singers.
Till now.
But she had a personality, there's no doubt. Look, today, I was in the jury here, and there were at least two guys who have a personality. And this...
You mean the,
yes,
the participants?
Yes. You have or you don't have.
Yes, of
This
course.
is besides of having a
Yes.
beautiful voice or not having
Yes.
it's a different thing.
Yes.
So, I mean, yeah, it's very
And that is
personal.
that is the most important thing for you. If there is a personality on stage or not.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yes.
There is, if there is something to say,
Yes.
something to give. She, Ratsova, when she came on the stage, already something was happening.
Yes, yes,
I mean, just to appear.
yes. It was every time when she
Yes.
was on stage, yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you, really.
Thank you.